Did you know that 2024 has been phenomenal year for the stock market? S&P 500 in 2024 up till now has given a return of nearly 25%, while Nasdaq 100 has given a return of nearly little over 27%. So Nasdaq 100 has certainly outperformed marginally if we compare with S&P 500 index. Since we discussed in the last week that the price are little overextended and we might see a possibility of a correction, and that exactly has happened in the last week that has ended on 27th December 2024. Especially during the last trading session of the last week, there has been a sharper correction in S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. What is next? So in this video, we'll undertake the comprehensive technical analysis to understand the price action on S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 and determine the support and resistance area which could be potentially valid for upcoming week or maybe upcoming year. And what will be the price target if we consider a long-term horizon for S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. But before we go to the price chart, let us have a look towards the sentiments that are prevailing in the US stock market. If we look at the fear and greed index, it currently reads at 34, which means it is in a fear zone. 1 week ago, it was reading 28. So it was in a fear zone even in the prior week. But sentiments in terms of reading has marginally improved. So overall sentiments is fearful in the US stock market, and we know this is a kind of oscillator which oscillates from extreme fear zone to the extreme greed zone. But if we look at the PCR, put call ratio, how does it indicate? Put call ratio against S&P 500, the 5-day average put call ratio stands at 0.65. What does it mean? That the market is still greeding in terms of put call ratio. So there is a mixed kind of reaction, especially those who are looking S&P 500 or Nasdaq 100 for a long-term horizon and they have invested in ETF. For them, the broader trend is more important. Primary trend is more important rather than short-term trends. While those who are trading in the stock market in S&P 500 or Nasdaq 100, for them, short-term trend becomes very, very important. I am D K Sinha. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell for updates. Let's straight away go to the price chart to undertake technical analysis and understand the price action. This is the price chart of S&P 500 index in weekly time frame. On a week-on-week basis, this index has given a return of 0.67% and thus it has finally closed at 5,970.84. But look at this price action. What the last week candle represents, it's a kind of inside bar. Whenever inside bar takes place, it means there is a lack of downside momentum. And what exactly we can see the formation of a spinning top, but most importantly, it is an inside bar. But let me explain you some very important price action which is valid for past 14-15 months. This is the rising price channel. Here what we can see, the price was earlier trading above this rising price channel, and upper fiber of this channel was acting as a good support. Then the price entered during this correction within the rising price channel and the lower fiber became the good support. Price has taken support at multiple locations and currently the price is trading quite in proximity of the lower fiber of the rising price channel. In the recent time, the middle fiber of the rising price channel is acting as a resistance. You can see the price rejection multiple times. Even the recent time correction is the post rejection from the middle fiber of the rising price channel. So considering the cyclic phenomenon, we can expect that the price, after it bounces back from this lower fiber, the price structure is likely to be like this, and the price may go to the upper fiber of this channel. Now let us calculate the target on the basis of where is the rounding pattern breakout. This is the rounding pattern breakout. Price was resistance, took resistance over here, and this was the rounding pattern breakout which has taken place. So if I project the target based on this rounding bottom chart pattern where the target arrives, price has attained the target of first target of 61.8% expansion level here, and the next potential target on long term is coming at 6,500, which is 100% expansion with respect to the rounding bottom chart pattern. We all know rounding bottom chart pattern is pretty reliable kind of chart pattern, and the success rate is pretty high. Nothing is guaranteed in the stock market. We can only assess the probability, and the probability says that probably the S&P 500 may target to 6,500 maybe in 2025. Now, if I consider the overall price action, this is the important area of resistance which became support here, support here. So 5,870 becomes the good support, and the next support is 5,783, where there is an existence of a gap, which I will explain the moment we go to the daily price chart. So considering the price action here, the price is trading quite in proximity of the support area, that is the lower fiber of the rising price channel. So the moment price, in the last week we discussed about this as a supply area. If you remember, I would like you to offer your comment. We discussed 6,000 to 6,050 would be the potentially supply area. And what exactly has happened? In the last week, it made a high of 6,049.75. And the price got rejected. We can see large upper shadow kind of formation in S&P 500. The moment price takes out 6,050 level and start trading, or we can say any candle closing above 6,050, and if there is a follow through of the high of that candle, the next potential target could be to 6,196. If we calculate the target through wave analysis, projecting the target using the Fibonacci expansion with respect to the prior impulse, the next target comes at 6,196, because it has already attained the target of 127.2% expansion level, and then this correction started, which was quite expected. Now let us go to the daily price chart. What we can see here, price briefly traded below this important lower fiber of the rising price channel. But EMA 55 acts as a support, and there is a formation of the bullish engulfing candle on 20th of December. Earlier also price has taken support over here at EMA 55. Here too it has taken support at EMA 55. At both the occasions, when it took support, it was trading quite in proximity of the lower fiber of this rising channel, which we discussed in the weekly price chart. During the last trading session, what has happened? There was a gap down opening, finally forming the bearish kicker kind of candlestick, but there is a recovery in the price, which is quite exhibited by the large lower shadow of the last trading session of the last week. So immediate resistance is of course 6,050 that we discussed in the last week, because there is a consolidation band, and this consolidation will act as a resistance. However, the overall trend is bullish. EMA 21 is placed above EMA 55. EMA 55 is placed above SMA 144, and the slopes of all long-term moving averages like SMA 144, SMA 200, SMA 233 are sloping up, indicating the bulls are well in control in the market. So what will be the support in the next week? There is an existence of a gap at 5,783. So this is the very, very strong support. However, there is an intermittent support. This was the area where the price earlier took support at 5,870. And this candle, the bullish engulfing candle, the entire range of this candle will provide the dynamic support, because in this range, there is an intervention of EMA 55. So we can say 5,870 is the immediate support and little above that is EMA 55. So overall trend in S&P 500 is bullish. We need to only wait for a breakout of 6,050 level for it to target next target of 6,196. That is nothing but 161.8% expansion level. Now let us move to the price chart of Nasdaq 100. So this is the price chart of Nasdaq 100 in weekly time frame. Here too we can see the price is trading and respecting the rising price channel, while the upper fiber is acting as a resistance and lower fiber is acting as a support. But there is a difference in the price action. What difference we can observe in this price action is? Let me first tell you that this index has closed at 21,473.01 and hence it was bullish by 0.86% on a week on week basis. What there is a difference? There is a little difference if we compare the rising price channel of S&P 500 and rising price channel in Nasdaq 100, that price tends to close above middle fiber. And hence, whenever correction is taking place, price is not testing the lower fiber. So there is a little more strength in Nasdaq 100 in comparison to that of S&P. Here there is a formation of a continuation chart pattern, cup and handle. This is the handle. This is the cup portion. If I project the target based on this cup and handle chart pattern, where the potential target comes, the first target comes at around 22,400, then potentially it can go to 100% expansion, which falls at 23,728. So this is the little intermediate term target of Nasdaq. Now, if we look at the last week's candle, again here is an inside bar. This candle has formed within the body or within the range of the prior week's candle. So there is a lack of downside momentum. Now, if you look at the price action, this is the neckline of this continuation chart pattern cup and handle. So this neckline area from 20,249 to 20,400 is a very strong support, which happens to be the confluence of EMA 21 and volume weighted moving average 21 period. However, there is an intermittent support because this is an independent impulse. And hence, this candle, which was again an inside bar, will provide a good support the entire range. So considering this very fact, 20,800 to 20,900 is the immediate demand area in Nasdaq 100. Now, if I project the target based on the prior impulsive wave, what could be the potential target? The potential target, next potential target could be to 22,332, which is 127.2% expansion level, and again 161.8% potentially would be the next target at 22,860 level. Targets of any chart pattern or wave analysis is the minimum expected objective. Where could be the potential resistance? The immediate resistance is here, but the price got rejected at 21,922. Let us now move to the daily price chart to understand the recent price action. Here too, in the last trading session of the last week, there is a formation of the bearish kicker candlestick pattern after this impulse was formed. But the price is taking support at EMA 21 and volume weighted moving average. We can see the recovery in the price and there is a large lower shadow in the last candle, which means there has been a recovery in the price where the bears tried to push down the price, but ultimately bulls came in action and took the price above. So earlier also the price has taken support at EMA 21. Here too the price has given a breakdown, but ultimately recovered did not sustain below EMA 21. So considering the very fact, this gap still remains unfilled at 20,249. That is the only matter of worry. However, the price is trading quite in proximity of the demand area or support area, which we have already discussed. this is the resistance area and this is another resistance area. So 20,800 to 20,900 is the immediate demand area. Now, if I draw some kind of chart pattern, I'm drawing a chart pattern. Please watch it carefully. I'm drawing this chart pattern. What does it indicate? The moment price gives a breakout of this flag pattern. This is a bullish flag. Prior pole is quite big. So this will push the price to higher. So the moment price closes above 21,838 level, to be very precise, then probably there will be breakout of this bullish flag pattern. And if we calculate the target on the basis of this bullish flag pattern, what could be the potential target? The potential target could be to 22,600 based on this bullish flag pattern. I am telling the target at 100% expansion level. So overall trend in Nasdaq 100 is also bullish because EMA 21 is placed above EMA 55. EMA 55 is placed above SMA 144, and the slopes of all large term moving averages are sloping up. So overall trend is bullish in US stock market, whether we check at S&P 500 or Nasdaq 100. What do you think about the US stock market upcoming week and upcoming year? Will S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 give positive return in upcoming year? Will it attain the targets that we arrived on the basis of rounding bottom chart pattern? I'll be expecting your comments in the comment section of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Looking forward to meet you very, very soon.